What's up? What's going on? People runaway slave with another one. So recently, a story came out about an officer, I believe in like San Antonio, Texas, somewhere, who fed a sandwich with feces, a sandwich made out of feces to a homeless person, and that's a real horrible thing to do. I think that's one of the worst things you could do is feed somebody who's hungry, a sandwich made of feces. But it did not surprise me that this police officer would do this. Why? Because police officers are normal people. They do the same thing you do. Anything bad that you could think of, they do it, and they've done it. And oftentimes they get away with it even more. How do I know? I've been in law enforcement over 10 years. I've been a police officer over a decade of my life. I know how police officers think. I've been around police officers of all races. I know what goes on. I've been in all kinds of training. I know how police officers act, think, and react to certain situations. Now, with that being said, people have to understand why so many issues are going on with police officers right now, especially with black people. Why do black people seem to be getting killed at such high numbers? Abused, racial profiling. Why is this going on at why is it so horrible right now? It's always been horrible, but we're just becoming more aware of it. That's the thing. Okay, so with that being said, people have to understand most police officers, not all, but most police officers are white men. Most of these white men, police officers are like the bottom feeders of white society, okay? These are the guys who couldn't become a doctor. They couldn't become a lawyer. They couldn't become a big-time music exec. They couldn't work at the front office for the Yankees. They don't know Jerry Jones. They don't work for the Cowboys in the front office or anything like that. These are the people. Police officers are many times white trash, okay? It is what it is. The bottom feeders of white society. A lot of police officers, I would say the majority of them are white trash. Not all, but most, okay? I've been around these people who don't tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. Not all, but most. There are some good white police officers. But most aren't. Okay. Now, this is simply why so many people are being killed and abused. Most of these police officers are just racist. That's just the way it is. This racism isn't taught to them in police academies. I've been to police academies. They don't have to teach racism. These dudes come out the box like this already. The same abuse that you see people facing, black people on the streets dealing with from these white police officers, this is the same abuse that black police officers also deal with internally. You see? They abuse them, and then they go out, they go inside, and they do also abuse their own employees in different ways. Of course, they're not shooting them and killing them and busting them over the head and sicking dogs, but it's different ways to skin a cat. It's different factors to that. So simply, this is why there's so much police brutality. This is why there's so many murders by police officers, simply because, number one, take the fact that most police officers are the bottom feeders of white society. These are usually the white trash, okay? Then after that, you take the fact that these people are racist, and even with them being white trash, they have a superiority complex, or they are scared of black people. Now, with that being said too, there's also so much police brutality and killings from police because the black police officers who also are in the police force, the majority of them suffer from an inferiority complex. Not all. There is a need for black police officers. Not all, but most. So, with that being said, what do? These black police officers try to overcompensate to be accepted by these white police officers. They want to be accepted. They want to be part of the clique. They want to be invited, to the functions. They want to be invited to the beef and beer function. They want to be invited to bowling. They want to be invited to the house party. So what do black police officers do? Due to the psychological damage and the inferiority complex that a lot of them have, they overcompensate. And what better way to show your white boys who you're out there with that you're part of the team? Whoop a black person's ass, follow a black person, show them that you can separate yourself from black people. And this is what they do. This is why there's so many problems with police brutality and police killings. Point blank, period. No other way around it. It boils down to racism and insecurity, lack of knowledge, and an inferiority complex. Done. All right, runaway slave, everybody take the shackles off your brain. Read something, become a runaway slave, do something, okay? White people, I need you to study and read about our history, read about black history. Black people, I need you to read about your history and stop cooning, all right? Make it better, easy.